I'm your host Michaela, and today I'm going to talk about 10 of the largest inheritances that billionaires left behind. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, comment, and like because it really helps us out. But now let's get started. Starting off this countdown at number 10, the Koch family. Fred C. Koch started America's largest private company, Koch Industries, when he co-founded the Wood River Oil and Refining Company in 1940. His son Charles took over as chairman and CEO after he passed in 1967. Three of their sons, Frederick, David, and William, Bill, also inherited stakes. A power struggle among the brothers led to an ouster of Frederick and Bill, whose shares were reportedly bought out for nearly $800 million in 1983. Brothers Charles and David Koch expanded their father's oil refinery firm to combine Koch Industries after their other brothers, Frederick and William, left the business following a failed takeover. Today, Koch Industries generates roughly $100 billion in revenue annually. David Koch, who stepped down from a leadership position in the company in 2018, had pledged to contribute more than $1.2 billion to cancer research, hospitals, education, and cultural institutions through the David H. Koch Charitable Foundation. Both brothers also reportedly secretly funded some of the biggest summer movies of 2017, including Wonder Woman. Number 9, Carol Jenkins Barnett. Carol Jenkins Barnett, one of the 7 children of Publix supermarkets, founder George Jenkins passed away in 2021 after she was diagnosed with younger onset Alzheimer's disease in 2016. Up until her diagnosis, Barnett was a board member at Publix and president of the supermarket chain's charitable arm. In addition to her service at Publix, Carol Jenkins Barnett made significant contributions to many nonprofit organizations and for the betterment of all children with investments in early childhood education programs, Publix CEO Todd Jones said in a statement. Barnett and her husband made large donations to Florida Southern College, where they attended, and the Lakeland Regional Health Medical Center. But when she passed away, there's still some money she didn't spend, so it was ultimately left behind. Number 8, the Butt family. Florence Butt founded H-E-B grocery store in Texas in 1905, when Florence Butt opened a small grocery store with just $60. Her son Howard expanded throughout the state when he took over the company in the 1920s, renaming it H.E. Butt Grocery Company in 1928. Howard's son Charles got his start as a bag boy at age 8 in the 1940s, and succeeded his father as CEO in 1971. His son Charles is a majority shareholder and currently runs the company, which has 400 stores in Texas and Mexico, that generates $25 billion in annual sales. His 2 siblings and 2 nephews also own stakes in H-E-B. Number 7, Sir David Barkley. British billionaire Sir David Barkley and his twin brother Sir Frederick were among the richest people in the UK, yet the family is notoriously secretive, going as far as buying a private island off the coast of France and building a Gothic-style castle there as their family compound. David passed from a, quote, short illness, his newspaper The Daily Telegraph had announced at the time. Together, the twin brothers had built $4 billion empire that included hotels and other media assets, such as The Telegraph, British Magazine, The Spectator, online retailer Very Group, and London Ritz's Hotel. Some cracks in the family partnership began to form in the months leading up to David's passing, however. In 2020, Frederick sued his nephew for allegedly bugging the Ritz Hotel to record his private conversations, thrusting the Presh-Sy family into the public eye. After David's passing, both sides came to a settlement in the lawsuit in 2021. Number 6, the Gallo family. More than a dozen descendants of brothers Ernest and Julio Gallo inherited the California winery they founded in 1933. E&J Gallo Winery, the largest winemaker in the world, pulled in an estimated $5 billion in revenue in 2019. The Gallo family fortune is derived from a few avenues. The brothers founded the world's largest winemaker in Modesto, California. Their other brother Joseph assisted with the family business until he opened his first dairy company and sold cheese as Joseph Gallo Cheese. Ernest and Julio even won a bitter lawsuit in 1992 against their brother Joseph over his use of the Gallo name for his cheese business. His children now run Joseph Farms, while the descendants of Ernest and Julio run E&J Gallo Winery, which generates estimated annual revenues of $3.8 billion. The company, however, sells more than wine these days, having added liquor to the list as well, with the whole family's net worth being around $10.7 billion and sitting on 15,000 acres in the Central Valley of California. Number 5, the Mellon family. The Mellon family fortune originated when Thomas Mellon invested in coal and real estate in the 1860s. He was so successful he used the investment to become a judge and invested his income in real estate and later banking. He then left his fortune to his children to grow. Between his direct descendants and future generations, they did just that, investing in companies and later became Alcoa and Gulf Oil, and owning companies in media and the railroad industry. Matthew Mellon was the face of the family until his untimely passing in April 2018. Number 4, Eli Broad. Billionaire philanthropist Eli Broad amassed his fortune into the home building and insurance industries. He co-founded Kaufman and Broad in 1957, which went on to become one of the nation's biggest home builders with affordable tract homes. After that, he bought Sun Life Insurance and sold it to AIG for $18 billion in stock in 1998. Broad then passed after a long illness. He started 2 foundations with his fortune, the Broad Art Foundation and the Eli and Edith Broad Foundation, which have given out over $4 billion in grants supporting medical research, public education, and the arts. Broad was a prominent philanthropist exist in his hometown of Los Angeles, where he and his wife Edith saved the Angeles Museum of Contemporary Art during the financial crisis in 2008 with a $30 million grant, helped finance the Walt Disney Concert Hall in Los Angeles, and opened the Broad Museum, which showcases their personal contemporary art collection. Number 3. Sheldon Adelson. Republican kingmaker and casino magnate Sheldon Adelson built a gambling empire with high-end casinos and resorts in Las Vegas, Singapore, and Macau, amassing an estimated $35 billion fortune that made him the 19th richest person in the world at the time of his passing. Sheldon held his fortune as a Republican mega donor and power broker, pouring millions into supporting Newt Gingrich, Mitt Romney, Donald Trump, and other Republican candidates. During his lifetime, Sheldon and his wife Miriam gave more than $500 million to conservative campaigns and causes. Miriam now owns her late husband's nearly 50% stake in the Las Vegas Sands. In March 2021, 2 months after Sheldon passed, the company agreed to sell its assets on the Strip, including the Venetian Resort and the Sands Expo and Convention Center in Las Vegas, for $6.25 billion in a bid to focus on the Asia market. Number 2. The Duncan Family. Dan L. Duncan founded gas and oil company Enterprise Products Partners in 1968 with just $10,000. Before striking gold in pipelines, Dan grew up poor in rural Texas and was raised by his grandmother after losing his mother at age 7. After he passed away in 2010, the company remained under family control, and his 4 children inherited a $10 billion estate. The family fortune has since more than doubled, with a net worth now of around $24.8 billion. Randa is now the only one of Dan's children with a role in the company, serving as chairman of the board since 2013. Now, coming in at number 1. When you hear the word Mars, one of 2 things probably come to mind. 1 being the planet Mars, and 2 being the candy Mars bar. Well, that's the one I'm talking about. Some family members work at the company and serve on the board of directors. Mars was founded in 1911 when Frank Mars started selling candy out of his kitchen in Tacoma, Washington. Frank's son, Forrest Sr., joined the company in 1929 and helped his father develop the malt-flavored nougat that became the basis of the Milky Way, a multi-generational family business that is widely popular today. The company is better known for making M&Ms than it is for Mars bars now. In 2017, the world's largest candy company diversified with the purchase of VCA, which is a pet care company, for $9.1 billion. Siblings Jacqueline and John Mars, whose grandfather Frank Mars founded the company, each has a net worth of $31.7 billion. The company is now being run by some of their children, the 4th generation of the Mars family members. But that is all. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.